Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode. Today I will be doing the mum tag, and I'm super excited to do this because I know I have a lot of mothers here that follow and support the brand. So hopefully this episode gets you through the day, whether you're with the kids, running your errands, doing your grocery shopping, or if you're just folding, washing and you want to listen to something. I hope this episode is good. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so let's jump in. What has been the most surprising thing about motherhood for you? I'd have to say the constant worrying and anxiety. I never was an anxious person, but since becoming a mother, I definitely have become such an anxious and hypertense person, if that's even a word. Yeah, there's a lot of things you think that won't happen to your child, and when it does, it just, your whole world comes crashing down. Like, it just shakes you up so much. So I'll give you an example. A few months ago, my daughter fractured her leg, and it was the most traumatizing thing that has ever happened. And yeah, no one ever warns you about the constant worrying. Even when they're sleeping, you are still worrying about them. So that would have to be the most surprising thing for sure. How important is self-care to you while taking care of your children? It is so important. Self-care should be your number one priority, and this is only something I've realized recently, that if you look after yourself, everything else falls into place. The household, your mood, and then that mood transfers to your partner as well. So if you're good, literally the whole house is good. So self-care is my number one priority. So little things like going to the gym, having some me time, anything that just excites me is classified as self-care to me. So definitely prioritizing that has changed a lot of things and has made me a better mom, a better person. It's just the small things like setting time aside, like setting some time aside for you to get ready in the morning. For instance, I have a really cold shower in the morning, and that just wakes up my soul. Even if I've had 2 or 4 hours sleep, it just rejuvenates me. And yeah, just the act of getting ready, taking my pajamas off. I used to leave my PJs on all day and I'd have the worst day. I'd be so moody. But yeah, incorporating self-care in the morning literally is life-changing. What's one parenting tip or piece of advice you wish you had known earlier? Don't buy those baby food in the sachets. I made that mistake, and now that I think back, I'm like, that is why my son had eczema on his cheeks. And you are really, like, what you eat is so important. And yeah, I've just seen so many videos, like, you don't know what's in it. They say it's all natural, but it can't be natural if it's in a sachet that's not in the fridge. Like, you have to have some type of preservatives put in there. But you know, everything I think is important. Like, balance is important. I'm not saying don't give it to your kid, but personally, I wish I just didn't buy them. And yeah, there was, I had a makeup client a couple of years ago, and she said to me, just feed your kid what you eat. Don't stress too much. And I think that was actually a really good piece of advice. And yeah, I hope that helps anyone out there who's struggling, especially the new mums who don't know what to feed their child. Honestly, like, the kids, just introduce whole foods to them. So banana, avocado, mush it up. And then as they get older, once they get teeth, just give them what you eat. So rice and chicken and pasta. It's so much better than nuggets and chips. My kids personally, they don't like nuggets. They eat what we eat. So when we go out, sometimes I order them an actual adult meal and they eat that than chips and nuggets. So I'm so proud of that. I think it's so much better having a whole food kind of meal, if that makes sense. What is your favorite memory with your children so far? Okay, I don't have a specific memory. I truly just love this stage. So my kids are 14 months apart. Hakeem just turned 4 and Mika is 2. She's turning 3 next month. So yeah, they're at the phase where they're still so obsessed with me. They love me. They don't want me to leave. And I speak to a lot of parents, and a lot of the parents who have older children now say make the most of this time. It is the best. It is my favorite when they're that young. And in this moment, I'm like, oh my God, like some days are so hard and you're like, I just want to breathe. Like, just give me a second. And when I hear that, it sort of just, it makes me realize, like, you know what, they're right. One day I'm going to wake up and they're going to be grown. They're not going to need me anymore to function. And I know I'll be so sad. So I'm really just trying to embrace every single moment now. And they say these things that are so funny sometimes, and I try to journal it so that I don't ever forget it. And yeah, how do you handle parenting challenges or difficult moments with your kids? I'd say it's about negotiating. Becoming a parent, you learn to negotiate. You have to negotiate with your child and your husband as well, because at times you don't see eye to eye. So for example, your kid does something wrong, but your husband wants to discipline that kid in a certain way and you don't want him to discipline the kid like that, and then you end up fighting. It's crazy. It really tests your marriage, becoming a parent. But yeah, you hear a lot of advice. You hear a lot of parents say, you should do this, or I do this works. But I just take all the advice in and I just go in with my intuition. Whatever I feel sits right with me. And then me and hubby, we just meet at like a happy medium. So that's what I do. What's the most rewarding part of being a mum? Definitely the hugs, the random hugs and kisses multiple times a day. That is definitely my most favorite part of being a mum. I love being loved. I think I've craved being loved all my life, especially coming from an Asian background. My parents aren't very affectionate, and when I was young, I sort of wish they were a little bit more affectionate, but they had their ways of showing love in different ways, you know. They did a lot for us, and yeah, so, but yeah, definitely the affection, the love, the kissing. Oh, it's so cute. And the other morning my daughter woke up and said, I love you, and it was so cute. It was the first time she said it like to me. Like normally I'm like, say I love you, but this time she just woke up and said it, and it was the best feeling. Oh yeah, and also we'd go for walks and my son will grab flowers, just, you know, those random yellow sunflowers that look like weeds sort of. He'd pick them and give them to me and be like, here mama, for you. And then I'm like, thank you. And he'll be like, oh, I like making you happy. And he's just so sweet. Okay, what's the next one? How do you encourage creativity and play in your children? I try my best not to turn the TV on first thing in the morning. So I will grab activities out. So I have purchased so many different types of amazing activities from Kmart, and then I rotate them. Now that it's getting warmer, outdoor play, so anything with water and boats and toys and shovels, and they love that sort of thing. And the only thing about that is they get dirty straight away, and then I have to put them in the shower after. So yeah, but I mean, that's fine. I'd much prefer do that than have them sit down and watch TV. And then yeah, I'll get them a bit hungry, so they'll do a bit of activities first, and then after that they'll get hungry, so then I feed them breakfast, I have my coffee. And there's also an app called Twinkle without the E. So it's a teacher's app, but they've got activities for really young ones from toddler on all the way up to high school, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, you print out these activity sheets and you laminate it, which has been really fun for me. And yeah, we play those activities. It's so much fun. And I'd have to say painting, they love painting. They always have since they were really young. I introduced painting to them at such a young age. But most of all, they actually love collecting rocks, sticks, leaves. It's funny, you have a toy room and they barely play with the toys. They would much rather go through the kitchen and grab a wooden spoon or go outdoors and collect nature. So yeah, that's about it. What is one thing you hope your children learn from you? I think the most important thing that I'd want them to learn is to just be yourself. I think if you really know who you are and do what you want to do, you will just blossom. So I really hope they take that with them. How has becoming a mum changed your perspective on life? This is a deep question because it really has changed how I view time. Back before I had kids, it felt like my days would go so slow and I would just watch so many TV shows, and I just had so much time to lounge around and just worry about myself. But now it's crazy. I'm like, if I had the time I did before, I'd be doing this and this. I wouldn't stop. And yeah, but I think it's a great thing. It's really inspired me to be the person I am today and make the most of my time here on earth. And I want to be the type of mother that they can look up to and be like, oh my God, mom is just amazing. And I want to inspire them as well. So yeah, and another thing would be how I view my parents. So I see them so differently now. I always look back at how they parented me and all the sacrifices they made, all the hard work. Like, how did they work full time and still raise us and protect us and keep us safe? So it's just, you know, now I think of, you know, the days my mum would come home and she'd be so tired, and I wish I could just turn back time and give her a big hug and help her out more, because I really understand the struggle now that I'm a mum. And I know, I remember during my early teens, my mum would say to me, you'll understand one day when you become a mother. And at that moment, I was like, yeah, whatever, like, you're just the worst mum. But now she was right. I definitely Honestly, sometimes my daughter gives me a hard time and I'm like, far out, this is my karma, literally. Oh gosh. Okay, so the last one, if you could give a new mama one piece of advice on motherhood, what would it be? It would be to hold your baby tight. If they want to nap on your chest and you have a sore back from that, just do it. Just sacrifice that moment because it doesn't last forever. They grow so fast. You know that saying, the days are long but the years are short? It is so true. So just hug them as much as you can. Don't worry about the dishes, the washing, the cooking. If they want you to hold them just for that extra half an hour, just do it. And another piece of advice would be to record yourself with your children. I think as a mum, all we do is record our husbands, our partners with the kids, and we never have any footage of us with the kids. So, or put your phone on a tripod and just record, and you'll be so surprised how much you see when you watch back. And it's also nice looking back and like, oh my God, look at their voice. Listen to their voice, they're so cute, and look how they run, and you compare it to the now and it's just so different. Okay, so let's jump into the recommendation of the day. And today I want to recommend the Glam's bath oil and face and eyelid eczema cream. So recently I have been getting I'd say it's eyelid dermatitis, and I have done a bit of research, and it was actually on TikTok. I love researching on TikTok. There are a lot of relatable videos on there, and so many people said this product was good, so I went to Chemist Warehouse and I purchased it, and I love it. There are some creams that just flare you up, that make you more itchy, that make you feel heavy and oily, but this product, the bath oil and the face and eyelid cream, oh, so good. I highly recommend. I still have a little bit, but I'm not irritated and I'm not scratching. So, but yeah, anyways, that's a topic for another day. But that concludes this episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a lovely day and weekend ahead, and I will be back next week. Bye.